All right. All right, I guess. There we go. How's it going? I think we're here. Hold on. There we go. Just doing a little test stream here, folks. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah. That's way louder out there than it is in here. For sure. Destructo! Cornish Waves music. Tyrone Sellers, what is good? Victor Cyberpunk. Yeah, it just shows me over here the ats. So yeah, we're just doing a test stream over here. Just kind of work things out. A little dust on the table. Reminds me of my junior high school days with that graffiti tag over there. Yeah, it's been a minute since we've streamed from the desktop, and as you can see, things are a little different here. Not too much so. We just got this right here we're streaming out of. So we are using the Zoom as the interface. So cool, it's working. The high-end converters are in full effect. So I'm pretty happy about that. One of the things over here, though, as you could tell, is that running the two things at the same time, have the input over here and not the mixer. So multiple channels at the same time, which that whole thing will be resolved when the MPC Live 3 gets here. Because then I could plug in whatever and do whatever. But for right now, just want to make sure the output's correct. Want to make sure that when we start streaming again on a regular schedule, we don't have to fumble around with things. So I turn the speaker on over here. So, but I am going to plug the inputs back in and get a test here. I just figured I'd jump on real quick, hop on this microphone and say hi to everybody who caught the early show and showed up to this. So, yeah, nothing new here. As you could see, we never got rid of the MiniFreak. Still waiting on the MPC Live 3. Got the turntable back. Shout out to my mom's Oingo Boingo record right there in the background. And, yeah, we just kind of been putting the pieces back together. And as you can see from this over here, this was the main piece to put back together. The iMac is back in full effect and fully loaded, ready to go. So I just wanted to see what we can do moving forward and getting some cooks done, live streaming, because it's still going to be a few weeks before we get the Live 3 up in here. But that being said, still got a lot of work to do. Still want to stream with y'all. And don't worry, I'll sit down after a minute. But for now, I'm going to plug these back in. I'm going to jam silently for a little bit. Some background going on here, a lot going on. Lil Tussin finished his choir concert yesterday. So that was cool. We were up late out at my old stomping grounds, so it was kind of strange over there to go to the school to see it after all these years. It had been, 8 years since I was working there, so there's been a lot of changes and upgrades and stuff like that. But it was cool. It was a cool event. Got things going. We were running the rat race, doing what we do around here. So yeah, just been spending the last few days over here beefing up the iMac, getting it back in order, getting things prepared for this Black Friday season, which we will talk about here on this stream. Eddie Sonic, welcome. Good to see you here. Yeah, and I just wanted to do something that wasn't a straight vertical live stream like we've been doing this past month and a half, 2 months. We still got some time left before we get things situated over here, but we're situated enough. Situated enough to make a beat and get some jamming going. So without further ado, I'm going to get a nice tall glass of Shut the Fuck Up, and we're going to get going and do what we do around these parts. So, yeah, I'll be in the comment section seeing y'all. Make sure you guys leave a like and do whatever you do out here. And, yeah, we'll end it off with a bang, and we're just going to reconnect and do what we do over here. So, welcome everybody to the first desktop live stream we've had in a couple months. And we are back. We are back, and regardless of limitations, we're good. And I think I have everything dialed in where it needs to be dialed in. You guys let me know if there are any inconsistencies in the stream, any inconsistencies with the sound. But we ain't got shit planned here. We're just going to jam out. I might reconstruct a beat over here, but mostly just playing around with the MiniFreak and getting things going. So, here's my tall glass. Tipping one to you guys. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you guys again. And, yeah, let's get to it. If I could find the damn cables. Ah. All right, coming in hot. How we doing out here, folks? Good, good, good. There we go. Nice, soothing background music. All right, couple other things to test here, and I think we're good. What's up, son? What's up, Thrack? Rob, what is good? Welcome. Autism musician. Propes, welcome. This world needs a hero. Welcome. Good to see you guys here. Yeah, just working things out. Let me kick this over here. Oh, that's not a good place for it either. Gonna have maintenance come through and fix some of this. All right. What's good, y'all? Hold on, let me go. Let me get down here, folks. And I guess you guys could move it over too. That good enough? Probably not. Probably not. What's good, y'all? So find it. Where's my snare? Gotta hit him with that snare. There we go. There we go. There we are. So those are just tuning in here, as you could tell from the big thumbnail. This is a test live stream here. We're just kind of fumbling around, figuring out how we're going to do things with the setup. Again, changing. But that's how we do it around these parts, you know? And there may be some kind of delay here. Let me see. I don't know. It's not too bad. I don't know. It seems kind of off with my voice. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not worried too much about the delay in the camera as much as I am the sound quality. What's the sound quality sound like? That's my main concern. And as far as things go here, changes are good for the brain in this matter. For sure. Thomas Yan, welcome. Yeah, as you could tell, a part of my tism over here is constantly moving things around and doing things. But in this ever-changing business here, when it comes to music, there is no staying still. You know? There's moving forward. You know? There's not really a stay in one place type of environment for us musicians out here. And as soon as you think you could stay put, you know, life happens and then you can't. And it just is what it is. This is a funny angle. So let me try to re-angle it just a little bit. Kind of favor the area over here. Oh, that's not helpful either because it's not straight now. Oh, well. Camera schmamera. I don't care about the camera stuff as much as I care about this stuff over here. My main concern and the priority here is the audio. That said, you know, don't plan on being on for very much longer. I may do a cook here But yeah, it's a lot different. We don't have the SSL interface, so we are trying this out here. So this is the first stream that we have had with the Zoom H5 as the interface. And even though it doesn't have the 4K magic, it still has the premium converters. So hooray for that. Hold on. There you go. Just checking in with the wifey over here. Little Tussin's got himself a half day, as they do every Wednesday. And for those who didn't catch it, he finished out his choir yesterday at a concert. She's doing all right. She's at the doctor's right now. She's still climbing herself out of the haze. For those who don't know here, and you guys should know if you guys joined the last live stream, because holy shit, you know, cat's out of the bag on some shit. You know, if I wanted to conceal anything, not the time there. Anyways, yeah. So she got back on Thursday night just in time for us to do trick-or-treating, but there was no trick-or-treating because we had a storm here that was flooding rains, and by the time it subsided and there was a break, it was probably around 9:30 when trick-or-treating was over. But they did trunk-or-treating at his school. You know, we went there, and the whole neighborhood was involved. A lot of people were hip to the fact that there probably wasn't going to be any trick-or-treating happening. So, we got what we got done, for sure. Another Coke and a smile from Miss Tussin. Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks, Rob. Observer of Thoughts, welcome. Yeah, so she's doing all right, but, Friday being what it was, climbing herself out the haze, this weekend, trying to put things back together. It's only Wednesday. Boy, oh boy. So shout out to moms. I wanted to do this yesterday because it was her birthday. So here we go. We're back. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, Sam I Am. You guys didn't miss anything. I caught the dropped frames right away. And for some reason, we completely dropped out. And I would like to know why. We're not hardwired into anything over here. We're using the Wi-Fi. But the Wi-Fi on the Mac is impeccable. So it may just be our stream. I don't know what happened. It just dropped out the frames to 0 for some odd reason. Probably because I was talking some personal-ish. You guys didn't miss anything. I cut it out right then. The replay people cut it back out. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. But that's the whole reason to doing the test here, because I don't want to run into any interruptions or whatever service-wise. But we have everything the way that it should go as far as the settings. So what I was starting to say here about the way that things are going, yeah, with wifey just being back, obviously a couple days of rest, the weekend, Monday, Tuesday, first of the month, it's crazy because, we got the stuff that we're going on over here, and yeah, all the additions. It's like when you're out of commission for a few months and you're out of pocket to where you can't do specific things, it's kind of weird to jump back into it. But for the opposing parties, those who are, dealing with picking up the mess afterwards, you discover all kinds of shit, So I'm just discovering, bills and, stuff that weren't taken care of, and, fine. It's all good. We take care of it and do what we need to do moving forward. But the timing, terrible. And like I said, yesterday was Mom's birthday, and I wanted to do this there. I had a whole jam session scheduled and set up. But then, it didn't happen that way. George G's, what is good? Welcome. So shout out to moms who reached the ever so milestone of life. And traditionally, you don't share a woman's age, but this is a monumental birthday. And, 65 is that number. There's nothing significant after. There ain't no celebrations other than, hey, I made it past this point. So, yeah, she's got the election day birthday going on. So, obviously, a day late and $1 short, bad son. But it's not my fault. As much as we would like to place blame on these things, that's not how things work. We're good. We're just picking up a mess. Picking up a years-long mess that has been going on for a very long time and putting the pieces back together. And in putting the pieces back together, it's a stressful time, but we'll get through it. Our goal here is to make it through for the holiday season. So one of the main reasons here, appreciate you. One of the main reasons for getting things set up and doing things now before the MPC Live 3 gets into the picture, it's already been ordered. I'm just waiting for it. As soon as they come back in stock, we're right there at the front of the line. But there's a big change with the MPC Live 3, obviously, without having the interface with a mixer and multiple inputs and outputs and everything. It'll have to be the back and forth if you guys are going to listen one way or another. And obviously, that is not reasonable. It's not pragmatic at all. So, and neither's holding up this mic. I mean, in all fairness, I could use the stand and not hold it up. But, hey, we're in performing mode now, okay? So I'm going to be clutching this SM58 for a minute. I still want to get that Nexodyne before going out and performing live. But, it's a lot different cost-wise. So we're just trying to get things set up and prepared for Christmas. But beyond our own personal, what we're trying to get prepared over here and what we're dealing with logistically as a family over here, on the business side of things, the season has begun. The season has begun. It is Black Friday season. It starts right before November, and already we have, Akai, Air, Arturia has signaled that they're getting ready to put some stuff out. We just missed the Falcon sale, which likely will go up again. Davey, the Hug Monster, how's it going? Perfect timing, too, my friend. So the reason why I'm saying this and mentioning the Black Friday stuff, because that is our holiday over here. And I'm not saying that because we're shillbilly over here this year. This is the first year that we have the Plug-in Boutique affiliate link. We have a lot more favoritism in the algorithm. Because our channel has grown here thanks to you guys participating and being a part of it, and I really appreciate you guys. But most importantly, first and foremost, it's like The Wire. We broke. We broke over here. And it's usually the case when you have a family this time of season. That's one of the advantages of Black Friday and one of the reasons why they do it. But in our niche, our music proclivities, our audio production, um, there's a lot more deals and a lot more steep than what stuff normally costs throughout the year. It's a competition, y'all. It's a buyer's market. But for people like us with a family and everything, you're quite people like us. You know, not everybody has the same circumstances at home. But ain't nobody passing up a deal to not pay full price. Ain't nobody saying, no, that's okay. I'll wait for the sale to end so I can pay full price. You see how much some of this shit costs? Yo, early Christmas present from Autism Musician. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Word. And actually, that shoots us over the edge. So once you cross over $100, once you get past $100, you'll get paid. So that means we're going to get paid next month because you just shot us over the edge. So we'll get paid our AdSense revenue right before Christmas. So hooray. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you for I mean, we have the whole month to stack it up, but it's all good. But we ain't never passing up on no deals, especially when you got something like Falcon that's $300. That goes on sale. So that sale usually hits 50% off. $150, still quite the expense to spend on yourself for the holiday season. But hey, spend it on yourself we must. Because when else are you going to get these damn deals? They just hit at random. You know, I know there's stuff going throughout the year, but there is nothing as steep as a Black Friday deal as an audio production technologies musician, whatever you want to call it here. Figured I'd help get you get the Live 3. Yeah. So the Live 3, it's not on its way yet, but it will be on its way because it's going to be first. Now, we weren't right away with it, but you know, within that first week, you know, after the first day, you know, so like we're right there up at the front of the line for sure. Dope stuff. So I had a whole thing planned out. I wanted to do the Black Friday thing, but we're not going to do it just yet. We may get on tomorrow and do it. I just wanted to do a test stream real quick with the jamming and the talking because, you know, the chances are we're going to get that Live 3 either right before or right after Black Friday. You know how many deals are coming in? And like I said, I know that we're shillbilly over here with the Plug-in Boutique affiliate link, but that's not why we do this here, folks. That is not why we do this. And for me to grab just about everything I wanted last year. Everything. Here, have some Black Friday money too. Appreciate you, Rob. We definitely over now. Yeah, appreciate you. Hey, and you know what? All the donations and all that just go right back into the shit house, you know. We got our friend hooked us up on the back end, and we just started getting plug-ins. So I mentioned it before during our last live stream, and I'll mention it again. The priority for us this year is Akai. The reason why the priority is Akai, obviously, you know, we've been beefing up Lil Tussin's MPC Live 2, but also the MPC Live 3. And because we're going to be in the ecosystem, we want to take advantage of all the tools. And we have discovered early on, actually, when it was around the time that the Scott Storch expansion came out, and realized that that Akai has really done what they should be doing in beefing up these expansions. So they're kind of getting back to that original processing through the SB1200, processing through Neve transformers and everything like that. So, you know, they're doing a better job sound-wise, and especially taking out in the field. We want to do whatever we can to take advantage of everything. And even though we have all the sounds we could possibly need. And that's the thing about Black Friday this year. We don't need anything. We needed stuff last year. We don't need anything. And if you want to go through and just a little bit through some of the stuff that we got going here, SSL, we get the plugins directly through them. Sometimes we get them through Plugin Boutique, but we do SSL, VSTs. Nick Destruct, welcome to Poverty Tussin. We're going to change the name to Poverty, from Poverty Tussin. I know I've been talking about it lately or whatever. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining in on the tribe. We're actually going to be beefing up the members-only content and doing a lot of stuff in that regard. I really, really appreciate you for sure. A little TP, yeah. Yeah, and so the plugins that we frequent over here, SSL, Universal Audio, and we have the Arturia stuff. And some of the stuff that we like over here, we love the UVI stuff. Is there anything that we really need? Well, we certainly don't. Hold on. Let me say this right. We certainly don't need no motherfucking Waves plugins. For those who don't know, you better ask somebody. Because Wavesgate was a real thing. And for those who don't know what Wavesgate was, needs Wave sub. Nah, you don't. No, you don't. I just bought my first plugins. Got the Valhalla. Yeah. Nice. And yeah, those are great plugins, by the way, that never go on sale, but they're always the straight shot across the board. Yeah. So Waves decided that they would roll out their subscription service, and in doing so, they made it subscription only. Pissed everybody off because the industry standard is still traditionally Pro Tools and Waves. Now, we were using Waves plugins. I love the Sheps, like everything Sheps, but the Parallel EQ was like one of my favorite. Their FM synthesizer was really good. There were a lot of really good Waves plugins, newer ones, that I really enjoyed. And I really started getting into the weeds and enjoying these plugins. And I was like, oh, well, maybe Waves is back. And they just handled the rollout of their subscription so terribly by forcing it down people's throats. And then after they fixed it and made it optional to purchase the plugins outright like they should have in the beginning, we decided to take advantage of their subscription. But once we took advantage of their subscription and signed up to them, it disabled all of our Waves plugins. So everything that we had purchased was no longer available, and we got totally screwed. And it was because we tried to do the thing that they wanted everybody to do, which was sign up for their subscription service. Now, during the time we were testing out subscription services, we weren't really like, oh, there's not going to be any subscription. You know, this year, Universal Audio is going to run their subscription and do the 3 months for a penny or whatever type of deal. And fine, you know, some people are okay with subscriptions, but this last year in 2025, we completely got rid of every single one of our subscriptions. And even though we got a few more YouTube subscriptions, we eliminated those as well, to where we only have the one subscription here, and it's on YouTube, and it's Pro Synth Network. Everything else, we still support all these content creators in other ways. It's just we had to get out of the subscription thing. And yeah, Wavesgate was a big thing. If you look at the most popular videos we have here on the channel, I think the 5th and 6th most popular videos are having to do with that whole Waves fiasco. So if anybody ever wants to know why we don't use Waves plugins, I'll reference what Barry John's recording studio, what Barry said really kind of stuck to me. When you have, you know, a lot of us have experienced this before. When you have a girlfriend, you know, that cheats on you, and you guys try to move forward after that. You can never get that moment out of your relationship. You can never get that time that they stepped outside of it and think otherwise, no matter how many times you try to do it, no matter how much emotional processing you think you have, even if you feel that it was your fault. Whatever the case may be, however circumstantial the situation is, the likelihood of ever being able to repair the damage in a relationship after somebody steps outside the relationship is almost nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that it can't be done. It's just, especially if one person's faithful and that other person isn't, that faithful person is always going to have issue with that thing. So, and the reason why I make this reference, because Barry John, he made this same reference to the Waves thing, and I felt that was the perfect, absolute perfect analogy. So Waves is like the ex-girlfriend who cheated on all of us in front of us. And not only did she cheat on us, but she fucked the football team. So it's one thing to step outside, but it's another thing to step outside and do some of the worst things you could do. And the equivalent, that's what Waves did to us. And it wasn't just us over here. It wasn't personal in nature, even though it did affect us personally. It was us as a community. They steamrolled us as a community and then tried to do damage control, repairing the damage by screwing up everything. So, and I told him, does this change anything? Yeah, you get 2 middle fingers instead of 1. Hold on, 2 instead of 1. Because screw that. So we won't be advertising any Waves plugins on this channel. You won't be seeing any Waves plugins on this channel. I promptly deleted them, never to look back. And as much as I loved some of the plugins, the parallel EQ and compression, the synthesizers they had even, still it was just one of those things that we cannot go back on that. And you know what? Fuck them if they can't take a joke. It's like Pro Tools. You're out. Once you're out, there's no going back, and you cross those lines, there's no uncrossing them. And I feel that what Waves did to us as a community was the ultimate betrayal, switching unprompted and without notice to anybody to a subscription-only service, not giving anybody a chance to purchase their plugins outright. And then, by the way, we're going to screw up all your plugins when we attempt to do the damage control. Yeah, no. I got a few. Only bought one. Same deal. Got many better than theirs. Yeah, and there's a lot of stuff that's really better. Been trying to cut back on subs. Yeah. Something I need to show love even for a month or two. Yeah. But Waves, nah. Won't pay for plugin sub. Yeah, for sure. And forcing us into that, it would have been cool for all of us. We all would have been cool if they would have just said, okay, we have this subscription-based service, but that doesn't do anything to your current plugins, especially, how much money all of us invested on those plugins all those years? Yeah, that was not going to happen. So this season, as well as any other season, you will not be hearing or seeing any Waves plugins on this channel. That's going to be that. Once you're excommunicated out of the viral beats, you are forever a pariah and never to return again in our studio. So our studio does not contain and will not contain Waves plugins, and we will not own anything by Avid, Pro Tools, DigiDesign, so on and so forth. So those things, and maybe I'll talk about the Pro Tools thing. That wasn't as egregious as the Waves thing. This is crazy talk. How dare you say you will you don't want to get screwed over by Waves plugins. Yeah, wave goodbye to Waves. Yeah. And what's crazy talk is just that they thought that they could just repair the damage by saying, "Oh, well, we messed up. Here, off you go. We'll fix it." It's like, nah. They lit a fire. They lit a fire. How about you, Destructo? You still using Waves plugins? Yeah, I still got them on my computer. Yeah, I had to go out of the way to get them preposterous, I tell you. Yeah, so we got all the SSL plugins we want. I want to get this dynamic EQ just because it's more of a linear EQ. I like the graphic in it. It's not necessary, so I'll probably get that for SSL. There are a couple plugins that they've gotten, but they're way overpriced. I don't know if they're going to go on sale for Black Friday. I do want to try their reverb out. As far as universal audio, those were the ones that we picked up the quickest because, God, they like just devalued their plugins by selling them for so cheap, but the quality is still there. So we got everything we want and need universal audio, but then they have their deal. It's $99 for 10 plugins, but there's only like, I don't know, maybe I could bring it up to a half a dozen. So like, there's just so many that we have already. Paying the $100 for 6 or so plugins, it's doable, but I don't know. Other deals, like I said, Akai is the priority, and that's because we still need to send this out for Christmas to the homie, and hopefully we'll get that. That'll be $100 to send that out. But before we send it out, we want to make sure that we have everything completely fully loaded. We have to get the synthesizers in the MPC. We still haven't got those. And I think the maintenance guy. Come in. I think the maintenance guy's here. Maybe not. Maybe not. We got maintenance coming by to fix some of our stuff. I was like, my wife's gone and I got the headphones on, so I won't be able to hear. I'll leave it unlocked. Just walk in. But yeah, the hell was I talking about over here? Oh yeah, the Akai stuff. So we still need to get the Delay Pro. That's the only plugin out of all of them that we don't have, are the Delay Pro. And the other plugins that we don't have, the only thing that we don't have are the synthesizers, the instruments, and stuff like that. It comes out to like $150. So altogether, like our yearly budget for plugins isn't even like $100 because, you know, we just try to get what we can, what we feel that we need as we get them. So we got all the universal audios we wanted. We got all the SSLs. And the added bonus last year, I think it was immediately following Black Friday, we got all the Arturia stuff. So the Arturia stuff, we got the V Collection 11, and then we got the FX Collection. We actually got that one first. And for those out there who are interested in the Arturia stuff, wait for them to go on sale because we only paid for the cross promo $50 for the V collection, or $100 for the V collection. This is like dirt cheap. And then not only that, or no, it was $150, but they let us split it up into payments. So we had 4 payments. We did the same thing on the FX collection because it came at a time to where we just exhausted our resources, and then we went back there, and then we got it hooked up, and it was only $50 for the FX collection. So the new things in the FX collection are really good. T-Rax, still after all these years, we still use T-Rax, and the T-Rax X5 Max was only $50, you know, from its $200 or $300 it normally is. And I know they have the 6. We haven't upgraded to the 6 or whatever, but those who still favor the T-Rax for mastering and stuff like that, they have a whole bunch of other plugins to go with it. And, you know, only $50. That was a pretty good deal that we scored. As far as the Abstract, we always, no matter what, are going to use Lunacy Audio. Lunacy Audio gets favoritism, not only the direct connection. We don't shill for them, but we believe in their product and everything that they have. Usually they have some holiday thing coming out. We snatch it up. You know, Phase Plant's always going to go on sale for $100. We still need to grab that. Falcon's going to go on sale again. They might do what they did last time. If they do, hopefully we'll be able to grab that. You know, Omnisphere ain't going to go on sale for any cheaper than $479. So, but that's like way out of our price range. So we're not looking for that. I think they still are doing the wish list thing at Sweetwater. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just giving you guys a basic rundown right now. We'll actually do a live stream going through all this likely tomorrow now that we got things set up. That way I'll be able to pull it up on the screen and we'll be able to go through every single deal. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the live stream and just putting the testers out, see what's out there for the live streams and or for the plug-in deals so far. Let me catch up on these comments here. Yeah, damn waves. I use only older software. Any software needing a subscription do not exist in my computer. Yeah. Legacy type producer. Yeah. Some of the old ones just look old. Yeah, they do. And those are going for cheap now that they actually have them on Plugin Boutique. Plugin Boutique has added waves. They've added probably about 10 different manufacturers to the list this past year. So we'll see what that looks like too. See what comes with Ableton 9. Yeah. If you still have a license for Studio One, they're giving away Arturia plugin for free. Which one? It's called Coldfire or something like that. Yeah, actually. Shout out to Studio One, pre-Sonus. So we ended up fumbling backwards into the pre-Sonus stuff. And how we ended up doing that was, as you guys know, we returned the quantum interface. And the reason why we returned the pre-Sonus quantum interface is because it sounded like shit. It had a clean sound to it. The signal is clean, but it is clean for electronic musicians. It supposedly had high-end converters in it, quantum conversion, whatever the hell sales pitch they got on those. But especially up to these H5 converters, nah, man. That wasn't it. That wasn't the move. That wasn't what's happening in the streets. No way. It didn't give you a direct signal. So it cleaned up your sound through the inputs. And I think that's their AI that's in there. They told me that nobody at Sweetwater that nobody's heard that before, but you know, at the same time, just coming from an SSL and understanding the difference, especially sonically, you know, there's no way I could do it because it cleaned up all the bass and all the low end that was in the MPC. So it went from the dirty grit that I like it and cleaned it up in a way that I wouldn't clean it up mastering. So I was like, no. This ain't Isotope. I'm not trying to have a blanket level master thrown at the sonic input. No way. So we took it back. And in taking it back, one of the selling points of even getting that interface was that it came with Studio One. We wanted Studio One out here for a while. We used to have the subscription. We only got rid of it because we were getting rid of subscriptions. But we still had all those old projects, so, you know, we've been kind of like, $200. But $200 for the software and the interface, that was a steal. Cool. The interface wasn't good for us. The software is. We returned it. We deregistered. So we did the unregister of the interface, and our license for Studio One still works. So I think we got it. I think we ended up getting a copy of Studio One for free. But it's not free, I mean, we paid for it and did what we do. you know, it wasn't free technically. We had to go through the long hassle, and maybe that's why they do it, and get rid of it. But whatever. Maybe it's just not tied into it. So you get Analog Lab free, but you can't edit presets. So, yeah, we ended up getting Analog Lab Pro with the old MIDI controller with the MIDI keyboard. Now, as far as hardware goes out there for the season, there's stuff out there for sure, but ain't no deal like a plug-in deal, and the plug-in deals all come rolling in. There'll be hardware deals for sure, but not like the plug-in deals for software. There's now a light version out. Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Don't want to edit them. Yeah. Just reinstall Complete 15 Standard, integrating Complete Sonic Bundle. Omnisphere 3 with the Live 3 standalone is a different type of beast. That is the shit. It says I got Lab versus Pro. Yeah, damn. Yeah, they do the differentiating. And the difference really is how many presets you have available and from what synth. So, yeah. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah. Got it with the no. I got Lab 5. Okay, yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, when you get it with stuff, then yeah. Yeah, I had a hard time telling at first because they were actually just changing to do all that stuff. So, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'm interested. So, yeah, we're going to go through a whole stream. This is just with the 49 key. Yeah, that's what I got mine with, too. And it's been like, what, an hour and a half already? I just wanted to test out the audio, make sure everything's good, make sure you guys could hear me okay. Is this the max version, the Pro? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's a really great deal. Yeah, free's always a great deal, folks. And they Sound Toys will likely do something for free, as they usually throw a free plugin out every year. And as blasphemous as it may sound, Waves will probably throw a plugin out this year. We'll see it. We'll see it all. So no, the shills will be out in full force. You know how things go for So let me tell you how this is going to go. There's going to be so much content out there for plugins because some people, that's all they do in this space. Cool. Ain't mad at you. Do your thing. People got the affiliate link. They're going to do it. We got the affiliate link. We're going to do it. But we're not going to sit here and go, oh, this plugin today. Oh, this plugin today. Oh, that plugin today. We're not going to do that. We're not going to, as much as we would benefit from that probably, we're not going to do that. No way. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a live stream, and it's either going to be tomorrow or Friday. Just depends on how much preparation. We're going to cruise the interwebs ourselves and look at every single deal that is posted now. I have a soft list going. We're going to take a look at everything, and then I'm going to do the video, and I'll start this on the plugin video. I'm going to do the content on, after 30 years of audio production, what I use for plugins. Because I've grown up with these plugins just as well as a lot of us have, And growing up with these plugins, you learn not only along with the technology, but what works best for you. Those needs change over time, but relatively stay the same. These plugins that are developed largely are just different versions of the same outcome, meaning that There's a whole bunch of compressors out there. There's a shit ton of EQ. There's a bunch of stuff out there. What we look for in a plugin mostly are the most dynamically sound and abstract plugins. I love doing audio production plugins because stuff like the Nymphonium and stuff like that, like the abstract synthesizers that really push that limit, I love those. And in loving them, I like to show them off and do whatever with them. But the plugins that we favor, we've amassed, and we have mostly everything that we need going into the season. So getting into this 2025 plugin season, I'm going to take on my sweater. We got everything that we need and most of what we want. What we want that we don't have, mostly Falcon. Mostly the UVI stuff. There's other stuff in UVI that I really want. But, I mean, that stuff is way more pricey than our life would dictate. If I had the means, I'd just get Omnisphere. But, how many Omnisphere-type synths you could get for the price of Omnisphere? I know it's a jack of all trades and it does all this stuff. But when you already have everything else, what more do you need? We're not ready to throw a $500 price tag on anything that's not rent. So we still got a family to take care of, and, it's just like most of you guys out there. We all have our situations. Christmas season is coming up. We favor a deal because we need that deal in order to obtain our plugins. But you know what fucking deals I got last year? What we got last year? All the Arturia stuff was procured last year within a couple of months. And that was before Black Friday. That was before the Black Friday deal. We got the FX collection and the V collection 11. Those two. Alone, those are super expensive. But we paid $50 for the one and $150 for the other. So $200 total for the entire Arturia ecosystem. That's insane. But we did it because we caught that deal right on time. Mecha destroy. I just noticed that on the thing. Mecha. Yeah. Okay. I think Analog Lab normally is like $200 is what it normally goes for. So if you're getting it any less, that's pretty good. Analog Lab traditionally goes on sale for $100 during the season. You might be able to get it for $50. Trusto, welcome. What is good? Just doing some audio testing here, and right now we're discussing plugins going into this next stream, because this stream is really just the precursor for the next stream, and the next stream is going to be all about the Black Friday deals, because the season is upon us. So I know you don't favor software, but working on albums, you may be getting into it, and even full-fledged DAWs and ecosystems are going to be on sale. Like somebody mentioned earlier about Ableton 9. Studio One traditionally goes on sale every year. FL Studio does their thing, so you could get upgrades there. Yeah, so 'tis the season, and getting into the season as it normally starts, which is traditionally the end of October. Here we are, and it's already getting pretty interesting. So the next couple weeks are really going to fly with some of these deals. But like I said, we've already got everything we need on this side. We're going to share everything that we have and everything that we've got with you guys tomorrow, or whenever we do the plugin stream, which will it'll likely be tomorrow while Little Tussin's at school. So it'll either be tomorrow or Friday. And going through all that, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting because I have no idea what we're going to get this year except for the Akai stuff. The Akai stuff is prioritized, but short of like 4 expansions, and I think the plugins run up to $150 altogether. So the expansions, I think 4. I think there's only 4 more that we need. I mean, we could take the others or whatever, but I don't want to just buy a bunch of expansions willy-nilly. I'd like to fill it up or whatever, but it's already almost filled up. Our priority is getting this out to the homie Young Beans before Christmas hits. So he will have a Merry Christmas with a brand new beefed up MPC Live 1. Or not Live 1, MPC 1 Plus, my bad. Had to change it because YouTube added the numbers at the end. All of a sudden said that my name was no longer available. Man, shit. Yeah, it's weird because, like, my brain, like, I know you as Destructo, obviously, but, like, other people have a lot more complex, so it's just all numbers and stuff. So I'm like, I have to decode what their name is or what their screen name is in comparison to, you know, their at, you know. So yeah, it's been an interesting time of the year for sure. Got some work, can't stay long. It's all good. Yeah, we're getting off here pretty soon. And yeah, like I said, what we're going to do, this was just the test stream to find out how we're going to maneuver this whole thing, going through the plugins. I don't know why we had the dropout, but I'm going to fix that for sure. I mean, it's been steady at 4,700, like in between 4,700 and 5,000. Ideally, for what we do as far as the frames per second and the resolution and everything like that, it's 4,500. I think is the ideal for the stream. So I don't know why it cut out. My friend Analog V a few years ago, a little hard drive, couple and 100. Yeah. Oh, nice. Dope. Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, one thing you guys got to know about these ecosystems, for those who don't, Arturia is really heavy. Native Instruments is really heavy. UVI is really heavy. These full-blown ecosystems that have everything in them, they take up a lot of space. So you might want to run them off an external drive. They used to already come with the external drives. For some reason, they stopped doing that. But, you know, hey, they do what they do. It's all good. It's not really a big deal. So I think we're good here as far as the sound goes. The sound is the quality. I don't know. Nobody out there said anything as far as the sound goes, being problematic or anything. You know, I got to listen to it on the cell phone. That's a good enough gauge for me, usually. And even though we're all topsy-turvy like a damn Batman supervillain over here, yeah, we're good. Sound is great. Thanks. Appreciate you. Yeah, so we'll be on, like I said, likely tomorrow. And what we're going to do, I'm going to finish doing my intro screens and stuff like that and get all the work done on the back end. And then I'm going to have everything pulled up. And then we're going to look. Tomorrow is the 6th. So, yeah. Yeah, I think tomorrow will be a good day to do it during the day. Probably try to set it up for the morning. And yeah, we're just going to go through and look at all the plugin deals and all the hardware deals too that exist for the season so far. They're subject to change. I will be going through not each one individually, but I'll be going through the list of plugins that I have, the ones that I didn't install on the Mac, everything that I plan on using moving forward, everything that we want, and everything that we need, because those two things are completely different. Did we want or need the Arturia V collection? Well, we kind of wanted it, but $150 split between 4 payments, that worked. that worked for us. So we got it now, and we have everything Universal Audio we could ever want. We got the SSL stuff is what we favor, and the T-Rex. So Akai, that's it. We have the MPC Live 3 that should be here, should be here, in a few weeks. We were told mid to late November. I think the actual date is the 24th. Not 100% certain on that. But we'll see. And whatever fumbling around we did over here, the little dropout, not too big of a deal. The stuff over here, not too big of a deal. We're just going to do the damn thing. I'll post up the microphone, and we'll be looking at the same screen together. So if there's anything that you guys could think of for plug-in deals, and I think either today or tomorrow is when Sweetwater is going to put a cap on that wish list. So they're doing the annual buy your wish list thing. I said buy your cart at the last live stream, but I just misspoke. So you gather up all the instruments that you want, $5,000 worth. You put it in your wish list, and then you opt in for it, and then you get put into a drawing with everybody else who has entered, and then they will buy your wish list off of you. We've been entering every year for the last decade or so, and hey, we never got our wish list, but why would we? It's like lightning striking. Anyways, take care, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the little jam session before we got going on blah, 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 and on what we're going to do tomorrow. We're definitely going to check some things out. Too bad the stuff I want is old and not made anymore. Yeah, shout out to my oldest here, Thrack, who's been really since our trip to Ohio has kicked it to high gear audio production-wise. And fucking A. Really been going to town on the setup, and I know for getting old hardware, this whole conversation is just meh. But hey, you want a deal? I don't care who you are or how much money you have or how much money you're going to have for the holiday season. Nobody says no to a smoking deal on an awesome plugin. Even if you don't favor plugins. There's some shit out there that you're like, oh, damn, that shit's dope. And this season is going to be a crazy one. Halloween starts earlier and earlier every year. Christmas starts earlier every year. They've been pushing this. Our audio production Black Friday has only been a thing. Even though they've been doing their thing every year, they've also only been doing it the way that they have been for the last 4 years or so. The first year when they did the Universal Audio native plugins and they made those available $0.01 for 3 months on their subscription, that was the year. So 3 years ago, I think. 3 years ago. So it's only been that long to where it's been this beefed up of a Black Friday to where they're all realizing, let's start our sale early. So Akai's already going, Air's already going, and like I said, them being the priority, that is going to be what is discussed probably the least because you guys will see the most of it. But we're looking for anything we can get our grubby little paws on. If it smokes, we gonna smoke it. And I don't mean to use that as a reference, but seriously, you never know when you're going to need an awesome plugin that goes the distance. And one thing that I am interested in is this new Oceans Studios by Universal Audio. I do want to check that one out. Since Samurai begs to differ. Yeah, I know he does. But guess what? He's missing out on that Lunacy Audio. He's missing out on Cube and Beam. The abstract stuff that sounds really excellent. The Arturia stuff sounds good. It sounds great, but the Cherry Audio stuff too. Yeah. Hybrid all the way. everybody. You guys will see the session. We will build it ahead of time and make sure that you guys have plenty advance notice. Likely it's going to be tomorrow. If we can't do it for any reason of abstract things going on over here, whatever, we will surely do it on Friday. But our next live stream, we're going to go through and dissect this Black Friday season, starting from the beginning with a scalpel. Going to be fun times. Hardware and software, no discriminating. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Rob, I appreciate your contributions. All the channel members over here. There's been an uptick, and I really appreciate you guys during our downtime here. There being such an uptick of support. It's a great season for it. It doesn't cost anything to support the channel. Just leave a like on your way out. Subscribe if you feel you're getting value out of it. But if you do decide to support the channel in a real meaningful way, all that just goes right back in to the budget. And all that stuff, you know, everything that was donated today gets matched dollar for dollar, and we really go through and pick up some stuff. Speaking of some stuff over here, we may be picking up some more records from this new record store and see what they have in the season for that. Now that our turntable is back, I'm looking forward to hooking it into the MPC Live 3, which is on its way, and we should have it sometime towards the end of the month. And until then, we're just doing what we do. Appreciate you. Stay thirsty, my friends. Yeah. Word. We're going to get going and dissect this holiday. Dissect this holiday season. Appreciate you guys. Take care, everybody. And, yeah. Love y'all. Peace.